I'm Brooke, and these are my audiences. Hold it for me, please. Alright, so I'm going to be talking about a lady who has had a great influence on my life. I used to work in a nursing home. I worked there about 4 years ago when I had met this lady. I was working there for about a month, and I found this lady who had such a great influence on me. Her name was Val, and she had lost her husband in 2010, and none of her family lived in Florida. They all lived in Pennsylvania. There was one night where I had been running back and forth from memory care to assisted living, which memory care is like, it's like a real nursing home, like rehab place, and they can't get out of bed. And assisted living is they just need help with some things. And Val lived in assisted living, and I mostly worked in memory care with the bedridden people instead of assisted living, but this night we were short, so I had to work both sides. So I had been running back and forth from assisted living to memory care, and the pager went off and Val's room number came up, which I've never seen this number before because I'd only been working on assisted living like 1 or 2 nights before this. And I had heard some of the nurses talking about Val, but I never put it in my mind about what they were talking about. But anyways, I went to the room, I knocked, and I said, "Hi, it's Brooke. My pager went off with your room number. Is there anything I can do for you? Are you okay?" And she came out of her bedroom with her little walker, this little in her late 80s, little old lady came out. She goes, "Hi, I've never seen you before." And I said, "Yes, ma'am. I started working a month ago, and this is one of my first nights working on the assisted living side." And she was just so funny, and she just like welcomed me in, and there was no problem with me being there. She like loved me there. From then on, we just clicked. So I would come in early, and instead of clocking in, I would get there like 10 minutes early. I would go tell Val that I was there for the night, so she would know that I was there. So if she did need to talk, if she couldn't sleep, she could always page me and I'd be right there. But she would tell me about stories about her and her husband Harry was her high school sweetheart, how they fell in love and how they had adventures around the world. They only had 2 more states to visit, and they were done traveling around the world. But Harry became sick, and so her family in Pennsylvania got them into this nursing home, and a few months later, Harry passed away, so she was just there by herself. But it was pretty much the first time in 70 years that she had been lonely, so just seeing the smile on her face every time I walked in the door, it touched my heart. And so every night I would take my break, because I work night shift. I work from 10 to 2, or 10 to 6, and in between there I take my lunch break around like 12:31. So she knew that was my lunch break, and if she was up and couldn't sleep, she would always page me, and I'd come in there and we just talk about all the stories that she had. And I want to be loved, and I want to love someone like her and Harry had. And it really touches me how close they were to each other. She used to tell me all the time, because she knew how big being like in the nursing field was to me, so she used to just tell me to just stay in school and just be positive about everything and just stick to it. And she knew that I was going to do great things. But Val could have inspired me by just smiling at me. Like she she was just so kind and caring, and I wish her family in Pennsylvania had got to know her as much as, well, they probably did know her, but as like the way that I got to know her, because I mean, that's the greedy side of me. Like, I didn't want them to have her because I wanted her, and she just inspired me so much. But at the end of her life, she was in and out of the hospital a lot. But when I didn't have to nanny or do schoolwork or be in school, I was always at the hospital with her. And even when she slept, I stayed there just to make her feel comfortable and let her know that someone really did care for her. The last day I saw her, I told her that she had been my role model for the rest of my life, and that she had inspired me, and that I was going to stay in school and keep her always in the back of my head, and make sure that I did stay in school and get everything that I wanted to do and accomplish in my life. And she just smiled and said she was so glad that I was always there for her when she needed someone to talk to at night. And she was just so tickled that I had come into her life at this point of her, like the last days of her life. But Val, I hope I'm making you happy. Thank you.